everyone, welcome back to my video. It's me again, nice to meet you. Today is October 19th, 2021. Tomorrow will be October 20th, right? It is also Vietnamese Women's Day, so best wishes to a half of the world. Well, it is said that without women, there isn't light in the world. Yes, woman is an important part of the world. So, greeting on our day. Well, in today's lesson, I continue talking about the topic the grocery store. Yes, I just want to review what we learned in the previous lesson, but I want to present it in a different way. Okay, we continue imagining that I am a person who takes you to a grocery store in an English speaking country. Okay, now let's get started. Well, I was thinking the other day that I haven't really taken any of you to on a field trip. What does it mean? A field trip. FIELD trip, trip. Okay, a field trip is when a teacher takes students somewhere outside of the classroom. Normally, we would learn in a classroom, but sometimes teacher will take students somewhere, and that's we call a field trip. Okay. Well, today I thought we would go on a field trip to a supermarket, what we usually call in English the grocery store. Do you know that we generally use the term grocery store? Yes, we don't often say supermarket. I know supermarket is an English word and it is common word used in other languages, right? But you know that we usually say the grocery store instead of using the supermarket. Okay, so we could say, for instance, okay, by the way, I will give you another way to say for example, that is for instance. Okay, so through this lesson from now, when you want to give an examples for to illustrate something you want to talk to, you can say for instance or for example. Okay, I will give you an example. I will make a sentence to use the phrase the phrase for instance. Okay, and here is the sentence. What would you do, for instance, when you found a member of staff stealing? Okay, that is a sentence using the phrase for instance. Okay, for instance is similar to for example. Okay, now go back to this lesson. Okay, we could say I need to stop at the grocery store, or I need to grab some groceries, or I need to go to the grocery store, or I need to go grocery shopping. Normally, when you say that I am going to go shopping, it's some people imagine that you go a mall and then you buy some kind of things like clothes, shoes, or something like that. But you specifically say you go grocery shopping. It means you go a grocery store or supermarket to buy some foods or household items or etc. or something like that. Okay, now I need some food and so I am going to go grocery shopping. Okay, now let's head over there. Remember these phrases. Let's head over there. Okay, now while I am at a grocery store. Okay, and I thought I would take you guys inside. So and then we'll look at each section of the grocery store, and I'll kind of tell you what the name of each section in the at the grocery store. Okay, now the very first section you would find in the grocery store is the produce section. Produce section. Here, I want to give you some information about the word, the item produce. Produce here it is a noun in this word produce section. Okay, produce here is a noun, yes, and it is pronounced produce. Produce, right? The stress is on the first syllable, right? But when it is a verb, it is pronounced produce. Produce. Okay, the stress is on the second syllable. Okay, remember this word. Produce section. Okay, what are in the produce section? Yes, in the produce section. By the way, I want to say that I am at the grocery store. Okay, but I say that I'm in the produce section. Okay, I am in the produce section at a grocery store. Remember, it means that we use do you see the differences between preposition in and at here? Okay, for example, I say the sentence, I repeat this sentence that, okay, I say I am in the produce section at a grocery store. At the grocery store. Okay, we use a preposition at when you say it in a building, right? It is a large space. But when you say in the produce section, it means it is a smaller space. Okay, in at. Okay, remember. Now the produce section is where you would find things like fruits. Some kind of things like that will grow on trees like oranges, bananas, okay, or apples. Okay. Moreover, in the produce section, you would find vegetables like carrots, cucumbers, broccoli, or spinach, okay, or carrots, okay, etc. So remember this word produce section where you can find the fruits or vegetables. Okay, let's imagine that when you of course you go to a supermarket in Vietnam, right? And when a foreigner asks you that, okay, where can I find fruits, where and can I find carrots, for example, and you say that, oh, it's over there at the produce section near the dairy section, for example. Okay. Next. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on another section that is called the deli section. What does it mean? Deli section. Deli section. D-E-L-I. Okay. Deli section. Deli section is usually found in a grocery store. In the grocery store, yes. Deli section is where you would find what we call deli meat. Okay, deli meat or luncheon meat or sliced meat. Okay, I'll explain to you clearly each of kind of meat. Okay, luncheon meat. What does it mean? Luncheon meat Luncheon is a noun. Luncheon meat is a compound noun, is cooked meat. Cooked meat cut into very small pieces and usually pressed together in a container, and it is usually sold in a can. That means luncheon meat. Or deli meat. Deli meat includes for example, sausages, okay, or bologna, or ham, okay. I will give more information to you in the next part, okay. Sliced meat is this is kind of meat that we buy we buy pre-sliced, and we usually put them on sandwiches or buns or sub sandwiches. Okay, I'll tell you more. Sandwiches, I think you know this word, so I get rid of. Okay, buns, it is a noun, a plural noun. Okay, it means bun. Bun is a small round bread roll. Okay, but when when we are talking about food, bun means a small round bread roll. Okay, but when we talk about here, okay, and we'll talk about here, I will give you another meaning of this word. Okay, for example, when you have long hair and then you twist your hair into a small round shape at the back or at the top of your head. It means bun. Okay, it is also called bun. For example, oh, she wears her hair in a bun, or she wears her hair in a knot. Both are available to when you say that, when you see a girl wearing her hair in a bun or a knot. Remember, by the way, I just want to give you more example so that you can understand, you can see the word bun inside out. Okay, bun or and the sub sandwiches. Of course, here, because you know that when you talk about food in a foreign country, okay, I think some food that exist in that country but doesn't exist in our country, right? So I don't have any image here to show you to illustrate what I am talking to, but I think, for example, and also don't have an a Vietnamese similar word to it. Yes, for example, when I search on internet for exactly for Oxford Dictionary Knowledge.com, exactly that we don't have the meaning of this word in Vietnamese. Yes, but when I search for Google's to find image, right, and I look at the image that, and I find that, oh, sub sandwiches is also an a food, a dish, a similar dish in Vietnam, and I call it Vietnamese sub sandwiches. Okay, and I tell you more. Yes, sub sandwiches, or the Vietnamese sub sandwiches, is similar to hamburger. You know hamburger? Yes, it is includes breads, right? Buns, or some kind of sausages or meat or vegetables or spice, seasoning or sauce, tomato sauce, right? And of course, Vietnamese sub sandwiches is similar to hamburger. It just different from the bread. Yes. In a hamburger, okay, the bread is a bun. Okay, that has a small round shape, right? And it is a little bit sweet, right? But Vietnamese sub sandwiches, the bread is usually longer. It's like a long oven shape. Yes, and it is light. It's not salty or it's not sweety. Yes, it's light. Okay, so this I give you more that so that you can imagine. And when a foreigner asks you that, oh, what can you describe one of the famous, yes, the famous um, street food in Vietnam? You can say that Vietnamese sub sandwiches. Yes, and I think in Vietnam sub sandwiches and steamed rice flour dish and fried rice are most popular dishes for breakfast in Vietnam. Okay, and by the way, okay, I'll tell you more about deli meat. Deli meat including ham, bologna, yes. And so in the deli section is things like ham, bologna. What does it mean, ham? Ham. It means ham is a top part of a pig's leg, that has been cured. Cured means preserved using salt or smoke. Okay, that means ham. Yeah, yes. In Vietnam, we also have we also have a similar dish to ham, but because I don't can say Vietnamese, so I just can explain to you clearly in English. Okay, but I think we can search on internet image so that you can easily remember this word, and also also describe when someone asks you about this. Okay, and bologna, okay, like a Vietnamese sub sandwiches. Bologna, I can say Vietnamese bologna, because bologna, it is a kind of sausage, yes, and it is and we often put in sandwiches, and it is made of a mixture of meats. Vietnamese bologna, it means kind of, okay, I will tell you how to make it. Okay, when you go to the grocery store and then you buy some kilos of pork. Okay, you bring home and then you rinse it under the tap water, and then you slice it, you chop it. Then you put it in a blender or a meat grinder. Okay, you grind it. After that, you get an amount of minced pork, right? After that, you put it into a box or a plastic bag. Okay, and then you hold it, including a box and minced pork. Okay, minced meat, and then you put in to boil it or steam it, and it is So Vietnamese bologna is great. Is great to and is usually eaten at breakfast in some dishes like steamed rice flour dish or in Vietnamese in the Vietnamese sub sandwiches. Yes. And by the way, I want to tell you more about. I want to introduce a little bit about steamed rice or flour dish. Yes, it is great as a light breakfast or midday snack. It is a combination of ground meat or ground shrimp, okay, minced good ear mushroom, onion, or and Vietnamese bologna. Yes, and I think steamed rice or flour dish. Okay, Vietnamese sub sandwiches, and fried rice are three most popular dishes for breakfast in Vietnam these days. Okay, and of course, in the daily counter, of course, section counter, you can also would find oven toasted chicken or oven toasted turkey. Okay, the next section you would find in the grocery store in an English speaking country, that is the bakery section. Of course, whenever I go to the grocery store, wow, I really like it to go to. I go into the bakery section because it smells nice. Yes, it smells nice, and okay, and sometimes here I can take some bread because people, the seller of, when they want to introduce some or they come up with some kind of new bread or new products, okay, they want to set a basket of some breads or some products to introduce to and invite people to taste it for free, okay, and then of course my children are always or are always eagerly are always excited to taste it because it's so delicious, and sometimes when at that time they are hungry, so they are so excited, they are so happy to taste it. Yes, and at the bakery section you also you can find fresh baked toast of bread or fresh baked buns, or as well as yummier things to eat like cakes or muffins or croissants. Next, another section we'll find in the grocery store is the dairy section. The dairy section is where you can find you are all things that would come from cow milk or goat milk or sheep milk. Yes, sheep milk. And here you can find things like you'll find things like cheese or butter or milk. Yes. Another section at the grocery store is the frozen food section. Okay, here you would find ice cream or frozen pizzas or fruits or vegetables frozen. Yes, frozen fruits or vegetables. I think we have a large or big frozen food section because you know that we don't produce food all year round, right. For example, in Vietnam we have a hot and humid climate. Yes, there's lots of delicious fruits like some seasonal fruits like lychee, rambutan, or mango or mangosteen, etc. Right? So, for example, in the summer, when you harvest them and then you freeze them so that you can use it in the winter. Okay. Moreover, people like frozen food. For example, pizza, frozen pizzas, or frozen dinner. Because when they just go into a grocery store, they get frozen dinner and then they bring home, and it is very convenient so that they can whip up a dinner within 15 minutes, for example, because they are easy to make and easy and very quickly to make it at home. Yes, because you just put a spot in a stove. Okay, in the stove. Okay, you turn on the light, you turn on the gas, gas stove, and then you pour all things. You empty the package of frozen food into the pot. You switch on the gas stove, and that's all. Okay, you don't have to rinse something. You don't have to, for example, seasoned something, right? It's because preparing food takes a lot of time. Okay, that's the reason why people like frozen food. But do you know that I think frozen food is not healthy, so I really rarely use it. I just buy frozen food like ice cream because children really like them, like it, like eating ice cream. And sometimes I buy frozen pizzas because they are on sale. They are on big sale, and the price is very is super cheap. And I just just get them in some special occasion of on sale. They are on sale. Okay, now, so all the parts of the grocery store that we have just visited are on the outside walls of the grocery store, right? Those sections are on the perimeter. Yes, the perimeter, it means outside edge of an area or land. Okay, yes, those sections are on the outside walls of the grocery store, but in the inside of the grocery store are aisles of things like cookies or bottled juice or scanned fruit, right? So here on above each eye you can see nice signs so that can show you what is in each eye. Okay, and so that was a quick tour of the grocery store in an English speaking country. I hope that was helpful for you to learn English. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.